All right, everybody. Today was a very big Pat McAfee show today with Aaron Rodgers. He went on there and he discussed several different things in terms of his recovery of his Achilles tendon. And the thing I want to talk about is that he is not putting his foot at a 90-degree angle and potentially what some of the modifications to his insert in shoes he was talking about. Now, he did refer to, quote, his old man shoes, which do indeed have a rocker sole and are able to give him the ability to move and to get some additional movement in terms of practicing with the Jets, throwing the football around. As we have all seen this amazing video of him moving around throwing the football, on closer inspection, you can definitely see that his left foot is indeed not quite at a 90-degree angle, but a little bit greater where the toes are pointed more towards the floor in what we call a plantar flexed state, meaning it's not directly at 90 degrees, but it's a little bit less, thereby giving a little less strain to the Achilles. Now, at this point, Aaron Rodgers did mention that very accurately, there is a lot of healing going on with the Achilles tendon now, a very, very high amount, and so that they want to be very protective, but also engage the musculature and the tendons and all the good growth factors that are very much flooded into that zone now. This is the opportune time for healing to occur, and he has mentioned many a time that he is stressing, not stretching the Achilles tendon. Also, he made mention of the type of surgery that he had, which was the speed bridge surgery by Dr. Neil Alatrash out there in California. Now, it sounds like a lot of athletes have gone out there to have this particular type of surgery. He said also that it's not for everyone. He alluded to if a player wants to return quickly, then they would probably opt to get the speed bridge, but that of course would be an independent decision between surgeon and patient. And Aaron just kind of mentioned that here. And then potentially with him now being the standard, this potentially could lead to more players having this particular procedure. And as we know, we have a good example here that this will trickle down to the general population, aka you and I, later on, if we were to have this particular type of injury and need this type of recovery and bounce back. So he is definitely setting the stage, setting the standard for recovery that way. Also, he made mention of some of the types of rehabilitation that he's doing a lot of calf raises and really strengthening that unit, which is interesting. I would imagine that his orthopedic and rehabilitation physical therapist is paying close attention to the types of exercises that he's doing, while indeed strengthening the area, getting that good blood flow to that area, really encouraging the healing of that surgery, but at the same time, not putting a ton of stress on the freshly operated on area. He made mention that it's been just over 7 weeks since his injury and his surgery, and this man is already moving around, throwing footballs, and not just casually waltzing around. He is moving and grooving, putting a lot of additional activity on his left Achilles. So very promising stuff here. And then finally, some of the things that they're doing, sounds like they're doing weekly imaging. He mentioned ultrasound. Now, ultrasound can be both diagnostic and therapeutic. Diagnostic meaning that you can actually visually see the surgical area and make sure that all things are going as planned, to make sure that there aren't any untoward incidences with the Achilles tendon. Ultrasound these days can be very, very detailed. A skilled sonographer, the person that operates the ultrasound, as well as the radiologist, can really, really see some of the fine details. It also can be therapeutic. There are shockwave therapies that can happen via ultrasound that do alleviate a lot of scar tissue and really speed up healing. I do know that for plantar fasciitis, for example, shockwave therapy is an indicated practice in some cases as a therapy. Additionally, he made mention of the insert in his shoe, that it was modified, and he was at a point where he was not making much progress, and then an intervention occurred to his insert, and now he is back on track, making leaps and bounds in terms of his recovery. It's unclear exactly what modification did happen to his insert. I'm willing to bet 100% that he does have a specialty insert within his shoe in order to protect, pad, and accommodate his Achilles tendon. And whatever modification needed to happen did, and he is back on track. So that is excellent news from Aaron Rodgers in terms of his shoes and inserts, where he just lays out all the details of how things have been going in terms of his therapy and rehabilitation. That's it for now. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Halloween, and we will see you in the next video.